Okay, so we're going to be looking at the Wurkkos headlamp, the HD16 model. This one comes with the 18650 battery, so quite a good run time. So let's get this unboxed and see what we've got. So it's fitted with the SST40 emitter. Quite nice packaging, quite good as a gift. Yeah, quite nice styling with the packaging. Thanks to Wurkkos for sending this over to review. All the opinions in this video will be my own. Okay, so just looking at the box, so we've got turbo there giving us 2000 lumens. We've got the, from spotlight, from flood mode, we've got 1800 lumens as well, which you can combine as well for a total of 2500 lumens and 130 lumens in the red. Okay, so get this open and see what we've got. Okay, so we've got user manual there. Thank you for choosing Wurkkos. Okay, nice. So we've got a pocket clip there, which is nice glossy finish, also in black. If you want to, rather than wear this as a headlamp, use it as a 90-degree angle torch. USB-C to USB-A cable. And we've got the headband. Okay, so this seems to be a really nice quality. It looks like it's a reflective material on the text, and a really nice sort of breathable, adjustable fabric. So this seems to be, look like it'll be ideal if you were going running. So if you were for perspiration purposes, this would be a really nice, comfortable fabric. And then we've got the mounting point itself for the light, again covered by the fabric, so that looks good. What else do we have? There's just a couple of spare O-rings, is it? And then we've got the light itself. Okay, so just looking at the light itself, straight away feels like really good quality. Got the Wurkkos logo there, HD16, some good cooling fins there. So it's you've got the rotary dial there, which serves as a button as well. So let's take this off. So look at these dual reflectors. So it's really nice, interesting dual reflector setup that they've got. So you've got your two reflectors there for your spot and for your flood. Okay, just look at the battery compartment there. Comes with the 18650, the 3000 mAh, and okay, so it's a magnetic tail cap as well for this. So if you did want to use it as a torch, that's good to know, because it does come, like I said, with a clip. So if you wanted to use it as a torch, you could, without using it as a headlamp, you could do. You've got the tail clip, so you've got the clip there to use, so that's nice. And it's nice to see they include the magnetic tail cap. And this is also double springed as well, so you've got springs on both sides. Get a light down there, you can see you've got a spring on both sides. So if it is going to take a bit of a shock or an impact, you'd like to think it could handle a bit of an impact. You've got the charging port there, USB-C port, and then you've got the spotlight, floodlight, and the red light there as well. Okay, so we've got the Wurkkos HD16. So we've got this in flood mode, 100% in flood mode at full power, and we'll slowly turn it over to spotlight mode and look at the way it just lights up the path ahead, so you can see how usable this is now, just to see into a distance. And then for a bit more vision, if I want to light up things in my immediate area, you can see it's very good. But of course you can combine it, and you can see if I'm turning it into the spotlight, it's just very, very usable. So it's nice to combine the two features, spotlight and flood. So this is 100% in the floodlight mode. Then you can just rotate the dial and look at the way it just illuminates the path. Never get bored of that. It just illuminates that path all the way. So that's very, very usable. So that was the outdoor footage of the HD16. Really impressed by especially the throw on this light for a headlamp. The throw is really good. But what I'm going to do now is just look at the user interface, look at the buttons, how you operate the light, and then let you know my pros and cons and my conclusions. So this button here controls all the functions of a light. So one tap on the button takes it to on, and you can increase the brightness and decrease the brightness by keeping this button pressed. So we're going all the way to maximum, and it will blink to let us know we've reached the maximum power. If we keep it pressed again, it will go all the way down and blink to let us know we've reached the minimum. So at the moment, what are we in there? We're in flood. If we turn the switch, we can mix between the flood and the spotlight. So you can choose whichever balance you want until it blinks to let you know you've switched all the way from the flood to the throw and vice versa. There we go, switch from one to the other. So that's a really nice unique feature, because you might want a little bit of throw and you might want a little bit of flood, but you might not want to choose one or the other. So, you know, if you're doing some work in a sort of tight area, but you also momentarily want to look up to see what's in the distance, it's nice to be able to not have to keep choosing between the two. You can have your mix. So when you're in this mode, you can do the same. You can keep it pressed to get to the maximum mode, and it'll blink, and you can go all the way down. So yeah, that's really good. Once the light's on, double tapping will get you to turbo. So that's what I've just done there. And then tapping it again will get you to back where you were. So lights off now at the moment. If I double tap it when the lights is off, you get to lockout mode. So the light's locked out now. Double tapping it again will deactivate the lock. When the light is off, you can triple click to access the red LED. It's a really powerful red LED on this one, and with the red LED you can turn the dial to increase the power, and it'll blink to let you know you've gone to either the maximum or you've gone to the minimum. You can also keep this pressed to increase the maximum or the minimum, so that's really good. And yeah, once light is off, you can keep the button pressed, and that okay, so that's took us to red mode. If we triple click that, I'll disable it, and once the light is off, if we keep the button pressed, it takes you straight to moonlight mode, and it uses a mix of both spot and spot and floodlight combined. And if you want to increase the power, you'll use them both to increase or decrease the power. So yeah, that's a little bit about the user interface. This light does have a proximity sensor as well. You can turn this feature off and on by giving it 4 clicks. So it'll flash to let you know if the proximity sensor is on, or if it's off. See the light just dim there. So it's quite a handy feature. I didn't actually know it had a proximity sensor, and I was doing some close-up work, and I was quite close to a wall, and it was a white wall, and it did kind of disorientate me a little bit, and it did automatically dim itself. So it's quite a handy feature to have. Okay, so moving on to the pros and cons about this light. It's really powerful. It's for a headlamp torch. It's really powerful. You know, you can get smaller headlamp torches, less powerful if that's what you need. But I think it's, as you can tell, I'm into collecting my sort of torches, my flashlights, the traditional sort of handheld medium. But it's really handy to have, I think, a powerful headlamp. It runs off 18650, so it's, you know, it's got a good run time on it. You know, and you've got, like I say, the beam distance of 297 meters of throw. You know, it's just really impressive. You've got, you know, it's going to give you in floodlight mode 1800 lumens, and spotlight mode 2000 lumens for a headlamp torch. That's headlamp light. That's really good. So that's what I like about it. It feels really, really well built as well. It feels like really sturdy. You know, feels like it's built to last. The strap that comes with it seems like it'll be good for if you are going to be using it for like maybe sports or running. It seems like it's got a good bit of perspiration to it, some holes there for perspiration to escape, and it's nice to have that added bit of reflectiveness to it, you know, with where the Wurkkos logo is. So yeah, I do like that. I like that it's got a magnetic tail cap. That's really good. And it's nice also that it comes with a pocket clip. So if you want to you know, just use this as a 90-degree torch, 90-degree light, put it in your jeans pocket, for example, that's really handy as well. But yeah, overall, what I like about it mainly is just that it's so powerful. I mean, the way it illuminated the path in darkness, and the ability to just go from flood to throw and just see into the distance was just really impressive. And it's nice to have the red LED there as well, and the proximity sensor, so you're not going to disorientate yourself. The things that could be improved, from my opinion, is mainly around the button area. So this button, it's really, it feels very well made, very sturdy. It's definitely built to last. I can't see any issues with this, this button. It feels so rigid, but if anything, it feels sometimes a little bit too rigid. So you can one hand change the power there, but when you're trying to press it, don't forget, if you've got this on your head, you need to have like a few fingers gripping, taking a hold of the actual light, and then to press it, because otherwise, if it's on your headband, if you're pressing this, it's just going to be shaking about on your head. And this dial, it seems to want to go at its own kind of pace. So, and I think again that just because of its sturdy nature, it's not something that you can very quickly twist around. It wants to sort of change at its own pace, which it can be good, it could be negative. I mean, I'd look at that as to say, I think it's just overall a very sturdy design. I think maybe a few soft touch buttons might be ideal. I don't know if it would be like a touch button or just something that, like I say, if you want to press this in, the whole headlight will move if you've got it on a strap. But I think that could go hand in hand with how well and how sturdy this is made. For durability, you might choose that sturdy nature over something a bit more flimsy. So, that could also be an advantage. The other thing that I would say is you'd be choosing this sort of headlamp if you're looking for something for extreme brightness and a long run time. So if you're working throughout a night shift, for example, this will be really good because it's got a good amount of power to it, and you can see quite far into the distance. If you're just going for a little bit of a jog or a light run, and you just want a little bit of illumination, then you might want to look at something which is smaller, like something maybe with a 14500 battery rather than an 18650, because you're going to have less weight, for example, if you don't need that light. But if you need a powerful headlamp which is going to give you a good amount of throw, and you've got that ability, if you want to mix the flood and the throw, I think this is a really good option to consider, especially if it's at a good price. 18650, like I say, it's definitely built to last. So if you're looking for a powerful headlight, I'd say this is definitely one to consider. I'm going to leave the description, I'm going to leave a link in the description for you, so if you want to pick it up from Amazon, you can. And here's a little look at the UI. If you want to pause that there, you can, and have a look. It's quite a simple UI, there's nothing too complicated going on as well. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe. I've got other flashlight lights reviews coming. And yeah, I'll leave a link in the description for you if you want to take a look at picking this one up for yourself.